Good morning. Good morning and welcome. I'm Valerie Johnson, the Managing Director of MCubed, and I'd like to welcome you to the inaugural MCubed Symposium titled The Case for the Cube, How Real-Time Seed Funding Grows Innovation. And that is why we are here today, to see how real-time seed funding for multidisciplinary faculty trios, or cubes, has allowed them to advance immediately with innovative ideas, with exciting stories emerging even now at this midpoint of the pilot MCubed funding cycle. With the MCubed Executive Committee, I am delighted that you're here. When we rolled out the full MCubed website last fall, we wondered, I must tell you, will anyone come? 220 cubes later, we definitely discovered that the University of Michigan community is enthusiastic about opportunities for barrier-free research and scholarship. So we'd like to thank you for being part of the MCubed adventure today and this past year, one that has really exceeded our imaginations in many ways. Today's unprecedented multidisciplinary gathering on innovation will surely thrust many of us into new and unexpected territory. Today, you will be exposed to teams of researchers from every corner of the university, from fields and disciplines that you might not expect to collaborate on a scholarly work. So as you learn about the CUBE's plans and early results, please try to be receptive to the many disciplinary ways of knowing, even if they feel foreign to you. Consider that success and results are defined differently across academic fields. In a nutshell, open your mind to the myriad ways that research and scholarship are accomplished on this campus. So before we get started, let's talk logistics for just a moment. We'll remain here in Rackham for the keynote and the first segment of the MCubed Difference, which features TED-like talks from select cubes. And I do want to say that our keynote speaker, Tony Fidel, requests no photography during his keynote. At 11 a.m., we'll move over to the Michigan League, where over 170 cubes will be featured in a massive poster session with lunch available as well. Then at 1:30, we'll come together again, this time in the Mendelssohn Theater in the League for a second segment of MCubed Difference featured presentations. And then we'll shift into Cubes in the Spotlight, which involves 6 concurrent sessions of academic talks. Those will be on the second and third floors of the League and also the Alumni Center. We'll close the day with a reception in the League Ballroom, where you can receive your very own commemorative MCube by presenting your name badge. So stick with us to the end, and this is what you can take home tonight. I want to recognize the heroes behind the scenes for today's symposium: Steppy Solutions, Digital Media Commons, AV Squared, the facility managers of University Productions and the Michigan League, and the wonderful student group, TEDx U of M, who will be ushering you through the day. So look for the TEDx t-shirts or stop by the event registration desks at either of the venues if you need assistance. I'm honored to recognize the co-sponsors of this inaugural MCubed Symposium: the Office of the Vice President for Research and the Office of the Provost. We are very thankful for their generous support for this gathering. And with the MCubed Executive Committee, I want to offer a special thanks to the Provost's Office and the university's Third Century Initiative for making the MCubed pilot stage a reality through a $5 million investment. We are very grateful that the highest level leaders of this university have been eager to empower faculty to advance quickly with innovative ideas. So, fittingly enough now, we'll move into opening remarks from University of Michigan Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs, Martha Pollack. She is also a professor of information in the School of Information and professor of computer science and engineering in the College of Engineering. Please join me in welcoming the Provost.
Thanks, Valerie, and thank you all for being here today. I was pretty much stunned and thrilled when I heard that they had to move this session to Rackham because more than 1,100 people had registered for this event. Clearly, I'm not the only one who's glad to have the chance to reflect on MCubed, to think about what's been accomplished so far and where it's going. Now, I distinctly remember about 2 years ago, I was sitting in my office and I had a meeting with Mark Burns from chemical engineering. He showed up in my office with a pretty complicated set of ideas that he had about how the University of Michigan might encourage more high-risk interdisciplinary research. As I recall, it was something like a 20-point plan, and I was listening attentively, but in my head I was thinking that something this complicated would never fly. And then on something like point 17, he discussed something he called MChips. And as he started talking about MChips, I became wide awake and realized this was an idea with real potential. Mark went back to his office, he got together with Alec Gallimore and Thomas Zurbuchen, and they went to work, and within a couple of days they sent me a document that expanded on the MChips idea. I dug that document out last night, and here's a paragraph from it. It's actually not a paragraph, it's sentences I pushed together, but we'll pretend it was a paragraph. This program will empower interdisciplinary teams of faculty to pursue new groundbreaking initiatives with major societal impact through the establishment of a chip-based seed fund program called MChips. The purpose of the program is to minimize the time between idea conception and successful research results by providing immediate startup funds for novel, high-risk, and transformative interdisciplinary research projects. Results of all contributors will be showcased in a campus-wide MChips Innovation Conference. Other than the name, they pretty much got it all right. Mark, Alec, and Thomas pulled together an outstanding set of faculty to become the executive committee of what became MCubed, and I'd like to thank them and the staff supporting them for all their work. And if I could ask them to stand up, that'd be really great. Mark Burns, Phil Deloria, Alec Gallimore, Valerie Johnson, Charlotte Mistretta, Elizabeth Moji, Nicole Cuzzle-Moore, Barbara Poor, Mary O'Riordan, Anne Verhey-Henke, and Thomas Zurbuchen. Can we give them all a round of applause? Proposals to the MCubed project came from every school and college and several research institutes, and they addressed an amazing set of topics. A sampling of their titles will give you a sense of their range. Combating vote selling. This one I love. A pill that mimics exercise. The Holy Grail. Governance of disruptive technologies. Active classroom. Cool plasma. And this really is my favorite, although I have no idea what it is. Jeweled net of the vast invisible. Not all of the cubes have such catchy names, but all are examples of innovative, high-impact, multidisciplinary work. In one cube, an engineer, an architect, and an internet design specialist are testing a wireless internet provider system for rural China that operates from a translucent floating balloon. In another, an environmental law expert, an epidemiologist, and an environmental sociologist are examining data on school locations and environmental-based health disparities experienced by students. Today, you'll have the chance to learn about the 222 cubes that have formed in the past 12 months. 700 faculty members are participating, as are doctoral students, graduate students, and undergraduate students. MCube's unique peer-to-peer process has enabled researchers to come together and get to work quickly. Although the oldest cubes are just a year old, there are already some real successes, such as the $2 million NSF grant that will enable a cube working on algal biodiversity to go to larger scale testing of their ideas. The NSF grant is certainly an indicator of success, and I'm confident that many other cubes will result in external funding for contributed research. But we do need to remember that MCubed is all about taking risks. Not all of the cubes will lead to external grants, publications, or new productions, but that's okay. As we always tell our students, we also learn from what doesn't work. Those are critically important lessons too. Indeed, I believe it's our willingness to take smart research risks that's led to the level of interest and inquiry about MCubed from other universities. As other universities think about putting programs of their own into place, I'm happy to announce that at Michigan, we're going to expand MCubed Today, we're announcing an external phase, an opportunity for funders from outside the university to be part of the excitement. In the external phase, funders from industry, alumni, and other individual donors can submit a project idea to MCubed, posting it to the website. Those projects should align with the university's commitment to understand and address the world's most vexing problems. They should be complex and require innovative thinking from a variety of disciplines. Once a project is posted, Michigan faculty members will pitch their approaches to the problem, and the funder will be able to help identify a project leader for the Cube. The faculty leader will recruit 2 collaborators to join the Cube. The funder will invest $75,000, much of which must go to undergraduate, graduate, and postdoctoral students who are on the research team. This is really a great win-win-win. Talented help for the Cube, significant research experience for the students and postdocs, and a chance for the funder to invest in the next generation of researchers. More details about this will be posted on the MCubed website soon, so be sure to check it out. The next phase grows out of a partnership between MCubed, the Business Engagement Center, and the Office of University Development, who have essentially formed a cube to support cubes. I salute all of you who have jumped into this innovative program, and I hope that today's opportunity to talk with others who are in cubes leads to even more productive connections among you. Thank you very much.